on, you already been subscribed. Right now, the queen, she on live. Right now. Please pull over the whip, no phoning when you drive. Dope Soul sporting with the talk. First lady from New York, Brooklyn. All my people, you rocking with the chat. Hit that. The like button would tell me where you at. You know, step from the MBK. Born and raised up MBK. Hey, real lady, where she holding it down. No matter way how you feel, she gon' greet you with a smile.
Sister, you one of a kind.
Yes.
Oh, sister, it's time you
That's
shine. Dope Soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Dope Soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Dope Soul.
What?
Dope Soul.
What?
Your soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Salute, Knick family. Welcome to Dope Soul Sports Talk. Dope Soul Knicks Talk, a member of the MBK family. Welcome to our pop-up show. I didn't even get the thumbnail right. I got to do that after the show. The Knicks went into Philly and handled their business like I thought they would. I really thought the Knicks was going to win this game. There was no way after the shenanigans that happened in Game 3 where the Knicks are going to go into Philly and lose another game. And they did it. The Knicks are just the better team. Point blank. We went into this game without Mitchell Robinson, and we'll talk more about this with the panel. And Precious Achiuwa shows up big defensively. OG and Anunoby shows up defensively and offensively. You talking about really embodying the next man up mentality? Those are these Knicks. And then Tuesday is a closeout game in the Garden. It's going to be fire. We're going to be at Legends, Legends New York City. For those who want to join us for pregame podcast, watch party, postgame, live podcast, please join us at Legends. We'll talk more about that. But let me bring in Ajay. Let me bring in from Dope Soul Sports Talk, DJ Shuttle 108 Soul. How's everybody doing?
Salute to you, Queen. DJ Shuttle, it's been a long time, brother. I know you've been doing your thing, but it's good to have you.
Yeah, man. And with a win like today, don't let the odds fool you. I'm feeling amazing.
Let me just lighten that up. Yeah, there we go. So listen, let's just get right into it. Let's just talk about our overall observations of the game. How did you feel about the Knicks' chances coming into the game? Were you feeling, not necessarily that we couldn't win, but were you a bit nervous about it? Were you confident coming into the game? And just anything you want to talk about as far as the game is concerned. We're going to start with Ajay, then we're going to get to you, DJ Shuttle. Shout out to the chat, by the way.
Queen, and I know we talk about this, you and I, and, of course we got to, there's always background conversations going on between, when the game's on, between games and all that stuff. We both you and I were confident we were going to get at least one in Philly, right? I mean, this is not foreign territory to those guys. This is not an away game. Those guys, especially we talking about the 3 Villanova guys, that's home for them. These guys are probably just as and as we saw during the game, the crowd, not just Knicks fan, but Villanova fan was rooting for those guys. We knew we was going to get one Philly. The way Game 3 went, you kind of realize that, okay, we're definitely getting one, because if it took all that for Philly to win a game, they almost didn't have a chance. I mean, Joel Embiid was not going to score 50 points. He wasn't going to get. He was going to get away with like three flagrant fouls and not get tossed. Like it took a lot of things for them to win that Game 3. All right, and we knew it wasn't going to go their way. Of course, you had to wait for the game to start to see how the refs was going to call it, and the energy, the vibe in the arena, and the energy. You kind of had to wait till maybe halftime to see which way. But after halftime, even though the Knicks were down by a couple of points, you're like, Philly just didn't have it. They just didn't have the energy in the building, the vibe, the build. It was literally like almost like a home game for the Knicks, and the refs was calling it tight, but they were consistent on both ends of the floor. So with that, obviously, the physical game, this is like right up the Knicks alley. You know what I'm saying? So Philly wasn't going to win that battle. And, it happened the way it happened. You know, you knew it was going to come down to, you know, the greediest team, the team who could grind it down the most, and that's just not Philly. It's just not them.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. They come to me. I said it coming in. I said Philadelphia does not have the dogs that the Knicks have, and you could tell they don't. And Embiid is the softest of them all, in my opinion. It's not even the flagrant fouls and the flailing. It just feels like he loses his head out there. Like he just gets easily frustrated. Relax. There's a mental part of the game as well, and you got to be in it. I don't get that sense from him. DJ Shuttle?
Well, going into this particular game, not just in Philly for both games, but just this game with Mitch out, I got to say he has been playing, you know, he was playing decent defense on Embiid. And game one, he was very instrumental with offensive rebounding. So, you know, losing him in game three and not having him for game four, I the confidence that I had going into game three, I didn't have the same amount of confidence going into game four. Precious Achiuwa had not been playing. He doesn't seem like a great matchup against Embiid. And with Embiid getting that 50 piece, the league wanting the games to extend more.
Oh, you with Ajay on that.
You know, little Johnny Manziel going with more games. So yeah, I gotta say, like, it wasn't like I didn't think the team could win. Of course they could win, but I felt more confident going into game three with Robinson healthy and you know, versus him not being healthy. So in terms of key observations for this game, Coach Tibbs haters, please stand up. Who would have ever thought you would put OG on Embiid? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yo, and it worked. It worked. It worked. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Coach Tibbs, he put OG on Embiid. This is why he's here. Yo, we talked a few days back, beginning of the series. We need OG to get 15 shots. OG got to get 18 shots. If he could defend Giannis and then come back and now defend Embiid, I don't care how many shots that man takes.
Yeah, he was good. But I want to ask you a question about Tibbs, though. And Ajay, you can chime in if you want. What's your thoughts on Thibodeau leaving Hartenstein with his third foul, then his fourth foul, then his fifth foul? Do you think it was his intention to close with OG anyway, and so that wasn't that big a deal? Or do you think he may have dropped the ball a little bit? Do you think with the fifth foul, he had switched OG on to Embiid, but there were two possessions, though, where iHeart winded up on him, and it didn't look like it was a switch. And then iHeart picked up his fifth. Just your thoughts on that.
I think that, you know, listen, in a normal scenario, right? You tap your guys out at 3 fouls in the first half. They come into the third. If they get their fourth, you're like, depending on the value of the player, how well they are with playing with fouls, how you are with backups, you might leave them in to get the fifth in the third quarter. So it's not like he did something that was completely unheard of. But at the pace that iHeart was getting those fouls, though, it was like he was hacking and whacking. You know what I mean? And he went into the third with 0. And by the time you got to the fourth, it's like, all right, right now he's in a bad groove. I got to get him out. You know, I definitely thought by that fourth foul, he should have got out of there.
Yeah, I did too.
So I wasn't happy with that. But I do got to double back, though, on my observations. I didn't finish. Tibbs starting the game with Josh Hart on Maxey.
Yeah.
You see, what happened is that they by putting Hart on Maxey, when they put Embiid in the pick and roll, Josh Hart is a little bit more physical and can defend Embiid better than the other players that have been defending against Maxey. So it's like a 2-level. It's like being a step ahead of the play by putting Hart on Maxey. He did a good job on Maxey, but he also did a better job than the other players have been that have been defending Maxey that get jammed up in that pick and roll defending Embiid. I thought that was also a very low-key but significant change to the defensive scheme. And this is why your coach Tibbs is here. Hello.
Yeah, I agree with that. But the other part of it is that I didn't think OG did a great job on Maxey, because OG on that switch would be pretty good on Embiid too, but he wasn't good on Maxey. So to your point, you have Hart, who's decent on Maxey, and he's giving up height to Embiid, but you know, you're still getting that, getting the strength. I did notice that in the beginning, and we could talk about this also in terms of Thibodeau adjustments. And you know, shout out to Ajay, who texted me, you know, that what is Devo doing? Like, we need to take him out, put McBride in, and that's exactly what happened. You know, Devo sat on the bench, McBride came in, and McBride, he's just flourishing before our eyes. Not necessarily the shooting, which is great, but in order to shoot and perform in the player, it starts here. It starts here, and it starts here.
He definitely got the heart. He definitely got the heart. No question.
He have the heart and the confidence and the smarts to be able to produce in the playoffs and not make a lot of mistakes. He did have one turnover, but other than that, McBride has been on point with us, and for us. So I think that was actually a good move by Thibodeau to take out Devo. Let's bring Boogie in. Salute, brother.
Hello, Queen, my sister. How are you? Blessings, health, and happiness to you all. What's up, my man, DJ Shutter? Agi, what's going on with the people, man? Shout out to everybody rocking and watching, man. Enjoying this beautiful day of life and enjoying this beautiful victory day for our organization, what we love and appreciate, man. What's happening with y'all?
We good. Glad you can join us.
Yeah. Yes.
We just on the first question, so you could chime in your overall observations of the game before we get into Brunson and OG and Tig. Before we dive deep, what's your overall observations in today's game?
That's how you handle your business, point blank. That's how you go in a hostile environment after a game that we know that, you know, the referees had a lot to say about it. But that's how you put all the referees to the side. That's how you don't come back and play dirty ball. That's how you keep believing in yourself, believing in your chemistry, believing in your team, believing on what y'all been doing all season long, and see if y'all can keep up with it. Can y'all do what y'all did in Game 3 again in Game 4? Because I believe we can continue on playing our way every game the same way. And you got to be able to take that. And they wasn't able to handle that. You know what I'm saying? You see, for 5 minutes left in the game, I think they scored one field goal maybe. The Anacondas was out there swarming around them bodies, shutting everything down, man. And this is what, you know, this is Tom basketball. Hard work, energy, effort, you know what I'm saying? Team basketball, fundamentally sound, and defense and conditioning. We're probably in the best shape out of anybody. We got at least 4 or 5 guys that can play 40 minutes. You got to be in shape to do 40 minutes. Tom doing 45 minutes up there almost a half court. Only time he sit down is during a timeout. I'm just like y'all. So, you know, practice what you preach, man. I'm just happy to see the team do what they do, you know, go up in their hostile environment, you know, proving more the doubters wrong, you know, slowly but surely, you know, that wave is starting to be like, man, maybe we need to respect them. You know, you ain't got to respect us, because one thing about us, we're going to take our respect and show you what we're about on that court. And that's what they're doing. So many things going on in that game, but I'm just more happy about the win. I'm happy about, you know, going and split with them and being able to come back home and have to never go back there this season, you know. And again, it looks like, you know what I'm saying, Knicks in 5 again. Right after the Cleveland, Knicks in 5, and then another big notch. Knicks in 5 is what it's looking like, and it's at the crib. Shout out to the squad, man. Shout out to the coaching staff. Shout out to the organization. Shout out to you and all the podcasts. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to everybody that went out there on that, on that bus trip the other day, looking like the Spike Lee movie. We getting on the bus, and shout out to the ones, that went back up in there today. Like, yo, we believe. We should have won another game, so we right back here today. Yeah, so, man, they took over the whole building, man. Guys throwing jerseys over the little, man, we threw jerseys, our jerseys over the little statue over AI, all types of stuff going on out there, man. You should have had a bigger one than have a little one. You know what I'm saying? So, man, God bless to the team, man.
Yeah, and to piggyback off what you said, Boogie, there's a difference because Embiid played 40 minutes too. But there's a difference to playing 40 minutes and being in shape where you still as effective in your 43rd minute as you were in your 8th minute. And that's what you got from the New York Knicks. That sequence where they got 2, 3, 4, seemed like 5 offensive rebounds, keeping the ball alive. You got to have energy to do that. And here we are battling guys. There was like 3 or 4 guys who played over Josh Hart, 46 minutes, Anunoby, 47 minutes, Jalen Brunson, 43.5 minutes. You couldn't tell. I mean, they were a little tight, don't get me wrong, but there wasn't a significant drop off in their play. Whereas with Philly, they seemed like they were stuck in the mud.
I think it was Embiid going to the foul line like in the last minute or so, and they showed he had 0 points in the fourth quarter. And actually in the third, he got all those Hartenstein fouls, and he got to the foul line for basically all of his points in the third. So really in the second half, he wasn't nearly the fact that he was in the first.
Yeah. And I just want to give a lot of love to DX Relish, who was in here in the beginning before the series, repping his 76ers, no doubt about it, respectfully.
Respect.
And then he said, I'm gonna come back when we win this series, and he came back today. We appreciate you, coming back, not ducking the smoke.
Bless his
we appreciate you.
Bless his heart.
It's nothing but respect over here, man. We don't, we poke fun at other fans, but we don't disrespect them.
Yeah, he said y'all took over our arena and the series. That arena was popping, man, for the Knicks. Popping.
MVP chants.
The MVP. How about
the Deuce chants?
Deuce. Yeah. Or Embiid getting booed at the foul line.
Woo.
Like booed.
Yeah.
Man, anybody could have got, anybody on our squad could have got, amazing acknowledgement, for what happened today. Cause like I really truly believe on that play with Larry, commissioner, you got to get back to finding these dudes. And you should find these guys a little bit more money than what you do in the regular season for flopping. Point blank. When, Josh, they called that, and went to go check that footage on Larry acting like he got elbowed in his chin, during that time, when they was looking at that footage, before they went over there to look, I saw Brunson. He walked up on the referee. Yo, look at that one. Embiid, he hit me across my jaw. Look at that one. Right. But that play was unlookable and unviewable because that wasn't the call. Right. But soon as we come back on our next possession, he gets the ball, right, on to Tobias Harris, pump fake, up and under, and one. Count the basket. Celebrating, no dapping this man. He walked straight up there. Embiid, what was that about?
Right.
What was that about? Right. And Embiid looking at him like, what? You know what I'm talking about. What was the elbow about? Let's play good, clean basketball. From that point on, when he walked up on the biggest giant in the building, it was over with. Right then. He took whole Embiid looking like, I can't believe this dude walked. Yes, he did. He walked right up on you and said, what was that about? You playing dirty basketball. Let's play basketball. And from that point on, all the tactics was gone. They couldn't answer. They had nothing, man. That's how you run up in somebody's grill and they build it and just shut them all the way down, man. I loved it that, man, when Brunson did that, man. That made me know he really an MVP, man.
Yeah, he about
Really
that.
an MVP.
Shout out to Hitting Murphy, right? Hitting Murphy.
Yeah,
Appreciate you, for the super chat, and thank you for for rocking with us today. Let's talk about you know what? I was gonna go into the unsung heroes, but let's talk about Jalen Brunson first. Let's talk about Jalen Brunson finding his mojo, right? After the first two, his scoring mojo, I should say. He had 5 turnovers the first game. I thought his floor game was okay. I thought his floor game was much better in game 2, even though he wasn't shooting well. But game 3 and 4, the maestro, just the floor game and the scoring, figuring it out, and not just that. I know some people, and I'm interested when you guys talk, if you can speak to this as well. Some people mentioning he was shooting too much. And I'm saying to myself, that's what the stars do in the waning moments of the game. Now, if you stop me and you double team me and you send people at me, of course, I'm going to pass it. But in crunch time, when you need a bucket, that's how it usually works. You put it in your best player's hands. They don't necessarily have to shoot, but it's in their hands from the giddy up. We ain't running it around and getting it over here. We do that in the beginning of the game. But right now, when we need a basket, I'm taking it from the top 22 seconds. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And, again, doesn't mean he has to shoot, but he has to make the right decision. And he was on point. And you got to keep in mind, for those who still think he shoots too much, we don't have shot creators on this team. And this team was built around Brunson with finishers for him to set them up. You understand? Mm-hmm. We sitting here trying to play equal opportunity basketball when we don't have equal opportunity players right now.
Right.
This is our best player. He has to take the most shots on the team. And he still had 10 assists. And he left some assists on the board, precious, because he would, some guys was right there. But anyway, talk about Brunson and just how he's just blossomed, man. I'm gonna make this last point, and then I'm gonna let you guys rock. It's one thing to be great in the first round. It's another thing to be great the deeper you go into the playoffs, because you're playing better teams, right? And so that's something I wanted to see from Brunson. As we get deeper into the playoffs and we start playing better teams, how is he going to respond? Even though we're playing Philly in the first round, this is a second round Eastern Conference final matchup, right? Mm-hmm. The only reason they're in the 7th seed was because of the injury. This is not a first round matchup. This is a second round matchup. This is an Eastern Conference final matchup. You could feel it. You could feel that this isn't the tenor of a first round matchup, and he's still handling his business against the better teams. Anyway, that's all I got to say on Brunson. Boogie, Shuttle, Ajay.
A lot of people don't realize that this man took the Dallas Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals. They don't know he went up against some elite. He went up against Devin Booker and Chris Paul. He went up against the Clippers. Was it the Clippers? Well, whoever he went up against the West. This guy right is built for this moment. And when Queen, you talk about the shots he's taking, he takes those shots because he's willing to live with him missing them shots. If you can't be confident if you miss a shot, then you can't make the shot. So with him taking them shots, those shots are not no different shots. They're the same ordinary shots he's been taking off all season that people been cheering and hollering and screaming and rooting about. He killing, he crushing, he doing this and that. Those are the same shots. Maybe the 6-day layoff, for us being a 2 seed, he had to get his legs back up under him. I don't know what it was, But he's not going to lose his confidence. He's going to continue on taking those shots. And what's more importantly, them guys want him to take them shots. Every shot that he takes inside that starting lineup, them guys are so used to him taking those shots, they know where his misses is going. They don't even trip about him not passing the ball. The angle he shoots from, they going automatically to the angle that they know the ball is coming from. They want him to take them shots. So, and with him alone wanting to take his own shot, and the team wanting him to take no shot, and that's the best player for us to have taken those shots. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to live with if he misses. And the thing is, he lived with his own missing, his own not taking a shot against Miami last year when he next to the last possession when he passed that ball up. From that point on, he came into the season saying, "I'm not passing these shots up," and then he's good with that. But everybody else has to be good with him taking those shots because, for real, as he go, we go. But at times, you seen him, you know, when he might have been taking a few shots, you know what I'm saying, because he was in his vibe. Okay, he swapped it up when they swapped it up. If you're going to stick me one-on-one, I'm going to continue on taking these shots. Help coming. Man, he dishing that ball out, rocking, passing, all types of way. So he see the court and he see the vision. He see what's happening and everything. I want Brunson to continue on taking them shots because I believe in Brunson being able to beat whoever's in front of him one-on-one. That's the reason why I call him the Barry Sanders of the NBA, because his footwork is unmatchable, uncomparable. When they used to play against Barry Sanders, it was 4 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers up there, 7 men in the front. This is what I'm looking at. Only one is missing. I'm looking at the 5 plus 3 referee. That's what I see that's standing in front of Brunson. But when you get that one-on-one matchup, man, continue on taking them shots. Never mind what we think, what we feel. We live in and you got us here. That's what everybody need to know. He got us here. Brunson, do your thing. Continue on your doing. They don't strip. They don't rob you for most improved player. You gonna put this? Don't put him on first team All NBA because I'm gonna be really pissed. You can't be on All NBA team player and you ain't had this man in the most improved player. He's thinking all that in the matter right now. Okay, you'll give you the ha kiki to game 1, game 2. Now I'm ready to close you out. I know you got that trophy. You shouldn't even had that trophy. Things is getting personal right now with him, man. And I want him to keep it personal, man. Do what you're doing, man. Let's ride, man.
I said a long time ago, at the beginning of this season, who else would I rather be shooting? I don't care how much Brunson shoots because you know what? He's shooting 48% from the field. Last year he shot 49% from the field. Last year he shot 40% from 3. This year he was like 39% from 3. So I mean, if he's shooting those kind of percentages, and I look at the percentages of the other players on the team, why would I want to say I need to limit the shots? Like this whole frame of mind of like who a point guard is and what they're supposed to do, and like, yo, you got to get it out of your mind. You know, listen, the person with the ball is here to make the most impact. Whether that means you pass the ball and you set your teammates up for shots, or you get yourself in position to score the most. And the fact that he's able to get 10 assists and now double-digit assists, that was the question. Now he's not getting enough assists. Well, now he's shooting over 50% from the field. He's dropping 47, a new Knicks record, and he still got 10 assists. Like there's nothing else to talk about. The great Bernard King. He passed the great Bernard King, my favorite Knick of all time. You understand? After he cooked those Detroit Pistons in '84, 4 games out of 5. So listen, a miraculous like way to just let you know that a couple of games that you think was not effective games and the team still won. The boy bounced back, took him to the brink last game, and had the fat lady singing tonight. And I'm looking forward to Legends Lounge for the closeout Tuesday, 6:30. We in the building.
That's right. Yep. Talk to me about Jalen.
Talk me, baby.
And Queen, you know, I have to be honest. And while we're watching the game, I texted. I said, "Oh my God, you know, Brunson is like he's the only one scoring. He's got to try to get the other guys involved." But you know what? The other guys weren't hitting their shots. Divincenzo, and what I tell you, the Divincenzo is a second best scorer. he had 0 points at that point when I texted you.
Right.
I think it might have been at halftime.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys are right. You know, if nobody else is making the shots, let the guy who's making the shots take all the shots. All right. If you guys just gonna be like just a big body, just in the way, just set screen and do whatever you got to do. Just be the guy he bounced the ball off, you know, just to get his alley-oop or whatever. Just be that. As long as we getting the points up, as long as you know the game's flowing, as long as we doing what we're doing, Brunson, man, keep shooting it, man, keep shooting it. Devo ain't coming through. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Take his shots. You know, take your shots plus take his shots plus take Josh Hart shots. Whoever's not shooting, take their shots. And
Yeah, Josh Hart was 0 for 7 in this game. He did have 17 rebounds. He had 3 blocks. The block shots was crazy. He had 3. I think OG had 3. Precious had 4. The block shots was crazy. But this
11 block shots today.
Right, exactly.
He had a block shot that was it was actually violent. he blocked it with force.
He
blocked it with force and who did he block again?
Was it Tobias? He was whoever it was right under the basket in that first half, and he just met him at the rim.
No, the French guy. The
what is it? Batum?
Batum, yeah, Nick Batum.
Yeah.
Nick Batum fell. The ball hit him in the head. I mean, it was like something crazy. Like, damn. And
yeah,
6'4", man. Whew.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Salute to the art man, formerly known as Steve. I appreciate you always rocking with us. When Precious got in the game, he looked shaky.
Yes.
Fumbling the ball, missing wide open dunks. Shout out to Tibbs for still believing in him. Also, Devo's 8 points, Deuce's free throws, and D were key. I mean, every point counted. But let me tell you, Precious, and I've been saying this about Precious all season. He get around the basket, you just don't know what's going to happen. You know,
right.
He had some point blank shots. I said, "Oh my goodness!" But he's a defensive player. He's not an offensive player, right? He's a defensive player, and he came through for us on the defensive end. With some
stop.
Stop.
You can't defensive player. Now you can't be blowing dunks like he's blowing all by himself. He's all by himself under the basket. He blew like 2 bunnies. I'm like, wow, and that's like, whoa, we're in trouble because Hart already had 5 fouls at that point.
Right.
I'm like, oh, we can't bring him in. We stuck with Precious. And when you know I like Precious. You know that's my guy. I was like, oh my God, we in trouble.
Yeah. And
you know, in the summertime when it's like 105 degrees, you go get in the pool. You want to, go, you go get in the pool, go swimming, Well, why do people always get to the ledge and touch the water, see how the water feels? When you already know it's 100-something degrees outside. Just jump in there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what Precious is doing. He has to touch the pool water to see, can I get in there? He's never been in these situations, coming off the bench, getting no burn, no nothing. But you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to be Denzel right now, but he's in training day. And Tom is leading this man into the right situation and getting his game where he want him to be. And as long as Tom is around and Precious around, and I believe if Precious going to be around after this year, I know they're going to give him something, which they're going to keep him because Tom is still going to be going on. Precious will be here even when Tom leave. But when Tom leave, I promise you, Precious' game is going to be up to par. And all I need Precious to do is something real small. I need Precious just to become Nazi Reed from Minnesota. That's all I need him to do.
Small? He was
That's small.
That's
small. Because he comes off the bench. But he was just like Precious until he got that shot. When he got that shot, everything else was like, you know what I'm saying? It was all good because he played defense. You know what I mean? So if Precious can just develop a catch and shoot and knock down that shot, his game going to go a whole lot further than what it is right now But yeah, man, shout out to Tom for putting them in there, believing in them, having faith in them. And you know, if you want to come out here, you ain't coming out here anyway. You gonna stay in the game. We ain't even subbing you. Stay out there because we believe in you and have faith in you. And I'm not changing none of the chemistry. Hartenstein ain't coming back. I don't want him to come back.
I ain't gonna hold you for a minute. I was like, are we gonna see Sims?
Right, for real.
Right.
When he missed them 2 point blank, I was like, we might as well put Sims in.
You might as well put Sims in. At least we know Sims will definitely foul you.
Could you imagine him doing fakes to Sims? He'd hit his head on the lid, and the lights in the building. He's gonna jump for any and everything. You can't put him in that game. You just got to live with the situation with Precious and hope it turned out right. Because Lord knows that man ain't. When the last time we seen Sim play, he wouldn't have had no feeling in the game.
Yeah.
But get in there, Precious. Get in there.
The thing about Precious and OG with Embiid, they definitely give up weight, they give up size, they give up height, but that lateral quickness, Embiid is not getting around him. He's not putting the ball on the floor, picking up fouls like on Hartenstein. As soon as he put the ball on the floor, take one step because Hartenstein and even Mitch can't move that well laterally. It's a foul, automatic foul. Not with those guys guarding him. Let's talk about unsung heroes. I want to talk about McBride. We only played 7. So we played Precious off the bench for, I think it was about 20 minutes. We played McBride off the bench for about 28 minutes. Bojan came in 1 minute, 11 seconds. Somebody rolled up on his ankle. He was out. So we only played 7 today. McBride had 13 points, 4 rebounds. He was 3 of 5 from 3, 4 of 7 overall, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Remember, he got fouled on that 3-point shot. 1 turnover. I remember the turnover too. Precious only had 1 point in his 18 minutes or 20 minutes. He only had 1 point, but he had 7 rebounds and 4 block shots. He was, remember we said, he's not a rim protector. I don't really like when he's, when he's back there. He was on his business today as far as the rim was concerned. Let's talk about McBride and Precious. We'll start with you, Shuttle. Just your thoughts on their play, and what they brought, tonight.
Well, McBride has absolutely been bringing it on the defense. He just him coming in is just like another gear for the defensive intensity against Maxey. He's making Maxey work. He's doing some denial, which I like. I come from the school of, don't let him get the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like when I played with the old heads, that's what they told me. Hey, Red, don't let him touch it. You understand what I'm saying? So when you got a guy that cooks the way Maxey can cook, the best way to stop him is don't let him get the ball. You can do a better job or easier job not letting him get the ball than you can sometimes stopping him when he has it. So, I think, he didn't stop him, but he played some very, very, noticeable defense on him. It helped the intensity of the game. He was good with switching in when you have to sometimes switch and get back, which sometimes can be a difficult thing to do. He showed that he can show and then get back. He can show and then he can get back. He's been rotating very well, which is just like the next level of defensive IQ. He made some key 3-point shots in the third quarter, I believe it was. And Precious came out shaky, but he closed the game like the biggest bit, like the big finisher. So I talked about my boy who ain't here no more, how he used to miss layups. That's a pet peeve of mine. Like missing layups is not really acceptable. But he cleaned it up. He cleaned that up at the end of the game with all of them block shots, with some decent defense on Embiid, and just overall. So we only played 2 plays with the bench, so we ain't got too much room for unsung heroes because everybody is somebody. You understand? But as they saying goes, they standing on business out there. It don't matter. 44 minutes, 47, 46. Everybody's an unsung hero because you know what? Everybody did what they needed to do when they needed to do it. And that's when you get to the playoffs, It ain't about how pretty it is. It ain't about the overall numbers. At this time of the year, yo, get the win. I don't care how you get it. So listen, Hart, you didn't score 21 points tonight, but you got 17 boards. All right, cool, great. You understand? Same thing, Dante. You didn't have a great game, but you hit a couple of key threes in that second half, though.
Yes,
Those, yo, and they was back to back, bang bang, like Mike Breen. So you know, and time out. You understand? So listen, everybody was kind of unsung, if you ask me. And but you know, salute to McBride, man, because a lot of people was worried. You know, we let somebody go in the mid-season trade, and they was worried
about that. No.
Nah, some people was worried. Some people was worried that, you know, that quickly was gone and you know, was Deuce ready? Who's gonna step in? You know, what's up with the backup point guard? Yada yada. People were worried. And Deuce, I was worried. Let me just put it on myself. I was worried because Deuce's handle is not always great. We hadn't seen him deliver with the shooting the way he's been delivering in the second half of the season, and in these playoff games, he hadn't shot lights out until the trade actually happened. So I mean, I don't know. I think it was kind of fair to, is he going to do it? And I mean, you hit a Deuce chance home and away. So you know, Deuce is delivering. So I mean, it's hard to even call him unsung at this point because he's doing this so much. What we gonna say about him?
Yeah, I mean, unsung tonight. You're right. But listen, there's nothing wrong with having questions about a particular player or a particular move. You're not saying that the player can't do it. You're just saying, I'm concerned. I have questions about it. And he answered the questions. You know, that's it. That's one thing with this Knick, with the fan base. If I had one pet peeve, if you have questions or concerns, oh, you're not a real Knick fan, you being raw negative, whatever. But there's a lot of times there's legit concerns and legit questions, and McBride answered them for sure. Ajay and then Boogie, just your thoughts tonight on Precious Achiuwa and Miles McBride and what they brought for us off the bench in their 20-some-odd minutes.
Queen, you know, I'm going to start with Deuce McBride, and that's another one of those things where, you know, you got to give the front office and the coaching staff credit for stuff like none of us saw Deuce that good. Like, we knew he had it. Like, we saw him in the G League, and we couldn't figure out why that couldn't translate to the NBA, right? At the end of the day, here is Deuce McBride, the guy we saw in the G League. Like, he's producing, he's performing the same way, or just as good, or sometimes better than what he was doing in the G League, you know, when given the time on the court. And today, so I mean, his stats are insane, Queen. He's 3 for 5 from 3-point line and 1 for 2 from the field for, you know, a total of 57%, you know, overall, and 60% from 3-point line. I mean, this is a guy who played 26 minutes. His plus minus was a +8. And the smallest guy on the court, he came down with 4 rebounds. 4 rebounds in between all that, you know, and putting clamps down on Maxey or whoever else he was switched up against. He put it out there, man. He really played a great game. And credit to him, obviously, for staying ready and coming into the playoff situation. Because a lot of people, even when he was playing in the regular season, a lot of people was like, well, is he going to be able to perform in the playoffs?
Yeah,
you know, because it's a different animal. But man, he comes in here, and I think that's a credit to his confidence. He doesn't care where he's at. He's just going to do the same thing, whether, you know, and I hate to say this, as much as the crowd was chanting Deuce, 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 I don't think he probably didn't even hear them, because he was like so in the zone and focused on the game. And again, shout out to the fans, because chanting Deuce, that's not casual fans right there. That's real fans chanting the Deuce.
Who know who Deuce is, right?
Who know who Deuce is.
Right.
That's not, you know, that's not the TNT watchers. I mean, those are people who are
the fans might be the unsung heroes.
Yeah, hey, you know.
Because Embiid even talked about it after the game. He said, "Yeah, I was pissed off that they kind of took over the arena."
You know what?
Focus. I
You
need
know what?
focus. Like
Queen, Queen,
Embiid is all over the place. I swear.
Fragile.
if all goes well, he may not have to go through that again because he won't have he, if all goes well.
We got the bell. We got the bell for that one.
Mhm.
All right, and Precious Achiuwa, of course, you know, like I said, I got nervous with him missing all those bunnies, but defensively, he came in. Oh, what about that block on Joel Embiid with the shot clock winding down? Embiid with his weak ass little trying to get that 3-pointer, man, smacked it out of there. You know,
Yeah.
you can imagine how I was watching that game, right? All right, so, yeah, man. I mean, he was played great defense, man. You switch Precious on anybody, he comes through. He's blocking. He's doing what he's listen. And as you pointed out, the lateral movement that he's got that Hart doesn't have, that bothers Embiid. And Embiid not getting called, man, that plays with his psyche. I don't understand for a player that good that you allow, like, not getting calls affect your game. I really think that affects his game.
Let me tell you something before I get to Boogie. I was never big on Embiid joining the Knicks. You know, injury history. I had concerns about a big guy and how he would be able to get his points in the playoffs operating in a small space. I don't have that concern anymore after watching him. But one of the things that's coming to the front, I'm not sure if the Knicks would go after Embiid, but he got to toughen up. You're going to have to toughen up mentally if you're going to play for us, because right now he mad soft, in my opinion. He's just mad soft, in my opinion, just in terms of the easily frustrated, the flailing of the arms, the crowd. I'm upset over the listen. Yeah, no. He can stay right where he's at in the off season if he were to become available and request a trade. No, thank you, in my opinion. Boogie.
Yeah, I gotta realize Embiid is crying out for help. All them tactics he got, that's just him screaming for help. He ain't got it no more. It's over for them, you know. But we stay on topic. I already, spilled a little bit about Precious earlier, man. That's just him, you know. That's when he came over here, a lot of people really ain't care too much about Precious. You know, they thought it was really just a throw-in, until he got his opportunities. And he's a guy that, that he was looking for an opportunity to show that, I can do some things for the team. Yeah, but you have to figure out what it is that you want him to do for the team. And Tom has him set up to where what he want him to play is be relentless on defense and, rebound. Because you don't see him with ridiculous rebounding games, 15, 17. He might have had a 20-point rebound game if I ain't mistaken, but I know he don't have some good rebounding games and stuff like that. So he has a lot of potential of some things that he can do, but the thing is not just try to ask him to do more than what his game consists of, and that's why at times he stands out with the play that he has. So I still look for Precious game to get even better. And we're going to work with him as a whole, as far as the New York Knicks organization. Now, when it comes to Deuce, he's the perfect example that I always say, hard work pays off when talent don't work hard. He works hard. He comes to work each and every day. As soon as he leave up out his door from his apartment or house, whatever he live in, he's already ready to play. And he's a big reason why Brunson doesn't even be bothered amongst the full court pressure. Because I'm quite sure Deuce was in practice doing that same thing to him. So that's his game style, that's his work, that's what he does. This is what he brings to the table. But I always said, and I have to always go back to what I always said about Deuce. How far is Deuce in his second year compared to IQ, who was 4 years here? But if he shows up in the playoffs, I'm going to say he's better than IQ. Those were always my word that I've been saying all the time. If he's showing up in the playoffs and IQ never showed up in the playoffs, I'm taking Q over him. If I had a chance and knew what Deuce can do now and what IQ did when he was here, I would still pick Deuce. I wouldn't pick him without knowing that he can do this, but putting them right there and knowing both of them right there, I'm taking Deuce. And that's why they paid Deuce. They believe and have faith in Deuce. And Deuce is confident in his own game. He knows he's a defensive player. He knows he's grind. He know that's his bread and butter winner. But he's constantly adding the other things to his game. And if he get with somebody like Rod Strickland during the time they work on his ball handling and knowing how to the ins and out and beat people off the dribble, man, you got something even more come next year. But right now, he's confident in his shots. And that's why they fall him. You got to be confident to catch and shoot and let that thing go with no hesitation at all. I don't care if I miss. I'm firing. And his length and his raise, I don't see him raise up over the top of Embiid. Shout out to Deuce, man. Always being ready, always being prepared, and always hungry, never giving up, never quitting, and always there for when you call my number, I'm coming in that game like I know I'm supposed to play. Because I seen some games where Deuce didn't even get no run for a game or two. And come back that third game and get on call, his number call, and he hop up like I just played last night or in other game too. He's always ready. Shout out to Deuce. Congratulations on your contract. You earned it. You deserve that. You know what I'm saying? You deserve that. Keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to get some more Deuces in some other arenas because that Philly arena is over with. We're going to another arena.
Yeah, I mean the Knicks got him on the cheap. So,
Yes.
congrats to the Knicks.
Hey, Queen, real quick. He might mess up the money for IQ. They send you up out of there and paid him that. They have more confidence in him. He might have made them because he ain't got paid yet. They ain't offered nothing on the table. But if they looking and watching what this dude is doing, man, they had that in the cut like Band-Aids, and they sent you up out of here. What I look like giving you 22, 23 million. When they gave him 12, and he doing what he did compared to what you did in the playoffs, he might have messed up some numbers for him.
Yeah, I mean, we shall see. I mean, Quickly had a bigger role on our team than McBride had. I don't have any issues with IQ except for his lack of performance in the playoffs, and that's
what matters
for me.
That's what matters.
For me, anyway. I'm a big. I see what you're doing in the regular season, Devo. We'll get into that, but I need to see what you're doing in the playoffs when the lights is bright and that heat get turned up a little bit. Anybody can go 90 miles an hour on a straight dry road, but what you doing when it get a little curvy and there's some light rain out there? Can you do the same thing? Can you navigate and give us similar input in a different situation, rougher terrain?
Now,
and that's what he's doing. Yeah,
Devo made that game winning shot, Steph. I know you're not coming for Devo. I know you're not coming for Devo right now.
Listen, and when we can get right into in my opinion, they're making a concerted effort. I get it. They're making a concerted effort to run him off the 3-point line, make sure he doesn't kill him, from the 3-point line. So he's not getting a lot of open opportunities. And the 2 shots, like you said today, that he got, he was able to knock him down. But we got nothing. Shout out to Ron from Still Knicks fan. There's no ancillary stats. So it's like if he's not shooting, we're not getting anything else statistically. Now, listen, his defense has been fine. I get what you're saying, but for me, I need a little bit more from Divincenzo. I need a little bit more. I get what they're doing to try to take him out the game, but they're doing a lot to take Brunson out of the game. They're doing a lot to take Josh Hart out of the game. You got to figure it out. You got to find a way. That's what the playoffs is about, and that's what the good ones do. Everybody knows what everybody else is doing. There's no secrets between Philly, no secrets, with the Knicks. Each team knows what everybody is doing. They have the game plan, but the good ones is able to figure it out and how I can make a contribution. Now, I'm not saying Devo hasn't made a contribution. I'm just saying compared to the regular season, I need a little bit more from Devo. That's just where I'm at, but I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say and what the chat has to say about Debo.
Queen, shout out to the chat, man, and let's hit that like button, man. More than 200 tapped in right now, and like barely 70, not even 75 likes, man. Come on, let's hit the like button. Sunday night, great win. We on the brink of going to the second round. Surprise podcast. I don't know, whatever you might call it, man. Let's show that we're happy.
Let's get over 100 likes in the next 10 minutes.
In the next 10 minutes, man. Let's make this happen. Come on.
Yeah. Anybody else want to comment? DJ Shuttle, you want to finish what you were saying about Divincenzo?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I just feel like on this team, and this is what I was saying before the series even started. The conversation we were having was who was the defined number 2 guy, right? Mm-hmm. And as I said then, is the same way I'm going to say it today. And today's game reflects it again. This is not a team that needs to have this quote unquote identified number 2 guy as long as we have Brunson. Because today it's going to be OG. In game 2, it was Divincenzo. In game 5 and in game 1 and games 2, it was also Josh Hart. In game 5, it might be Deuce. Like it could be like the ceiling, the floor rather, for all the players from Dante to OG to Hart, that the floor for these guys is so high that depending on the flow of the game and how the defense is playing, fast breaks, how they're playing Brunson, all of these things all impact who's gonna get the opportunities. The team is smart enough, unselfish enough, and aware enough and high enough IQs to recognize whose opportunity it is today.
I hear you.
And when they need to get more activated and do more. Josh Hart, I don't got the shot. I'm not getting my fast break opportunities as much as I normally get them. The way they play in the defensive scheme, the announcers talked about it. They made an adjustment. They were leaving Hart very wide open in games 1 and 2. Not as much wide open today. So that means it's somebody else's chance. You feel me? And of course, I'd love a solid 18 points from Dante, a solid 18 points from OG. But you know what? I'm just confident in the players that they can adapt and adjust to the opponent and to the game and to the matchups on that particular day, on that specific play even. And it's not so ego-driven like other players who are no longer here that are just trying to get their points and trying to get their numbers and load up in the box score. And instead, it's about the team and what's needed to win. There's winners on this team, and that's why the team's winning.
Yeah, I get you. I still need more from Debo. I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear what you're saying. Is it could be any person's night. He's not forcing it. You can't just get taken out of the game. Like, he's just taken out of the game. If they're not, where's your cut game? Like, if they're running you off the 3-point line, making sure you're not open, cut to the, I don't know. I just feel like I need more from Debo. But I hear what you're saying, and your point is well taken. Anybody else want to comment on Debo tonight or in the series?
Yeah, I'm looking. Anybody seen Ragu? I'm looking for Ragu because there's a difference between Ragu and Dante. They're 2 different ball players. Dante is in the building. I'm looking for Ragu. You can't hit all them trays in the regular season and get up and you're not shooting. Your shot is going away. But one thing I can say, those are the normal shots that he take daily. He's taking the same shots. So hopefully sooner or later they will come around. But when it comes to, with this Spalding playing in between those 2 rims, in front of those arenas, it's 3 forms of that. It's 3 levels. It's a basketball player, a baller, and a killer. We only got 1 killer on this team. We know who that is. We got maybe 2, ballers. Everybody else is basketball players. Dante, I need you to step your game up from being a basketball player to a baller. Because when your shot is not working, you need to do other things, make other winning plays, other efforts, rebounds, more steals, more charges, more cutting, more backdoor. I need all that. That's why I love and appreciate what Josh Hart is doing. When they eliminate him, okay, you're not going to stop me from causing havoc and chaos on this court. I don't get discombobulated in my head where I can't function on doing other things on the court to help my team get in a winning position. I don't know when he started scoring in that fourth quarter, but all they kept saying is he had 0 points and he's doing this and he's doing that. That's what you call I'm balling. I'm out here. I'm balling. And you want to take away me driving, I'll figure out other things. I'm boxing out and getting rebounds. I'm doing everything I got to do. That's what I want, Dante. Dante, go back to being Ragu. Please, you got the potential, you got the talent, you in position, you're not the number one. And even if they do key on you a little bit, because they know you the biggest threat in our starting line as far as catching and shooting, they're gonna, overplay you at times. Go back door. You used to go back door, get the ball dunked. You know what I'm saying? Do other things that's gonna help us win. Don't get stagnated. Don't get, bottle up your head, getting upset, my shot ain't falling. Do other things. Wash it away and come back ready to play the next game. Because we're in position still to win, but we need you to keep going further. You are a shooter. We need that. We need that from you. But I'm like Queen. What you do in the regular season, man, them 82 games is over with. That 50 game season, that's over with. I don't care nothing about it. Jay Boogie wants June. I don't want to be in April. I want June. I want a championship. This is what I want. 16 games. And we got 13 more games that I want us to win. And we are capable of doing it. But everybody has to make sure that they're going the extra on this team when their normal situation ain't going right for them. Do other things. That's all we want. That's for everybody, not just Dante. That's for everybody. Everybody. Hartenstein too. When your float ain't going right, do something else. Just do something else for the team. Help make more winning plays. Do something else. It's not just about one thing in basketball. You get eliminated from what you do best. Do something else. Do something else. You think Deuce, his catch and shot, stop falling? You think he's gonna stop playing that pressure deep? No. He probably gonna turn that up even more. Turn up a little bit, son. Turn up. Come on, Ragu. I'm waiting on you.
Before and I'm not taking anything away from his game 2 performance. I'm talking about tonight and game 1. I don't know. Just for the series, I'm just expecting. I was expecting a bit more. Let me just read this super chat and then Ajay, you can weigh in if you want to. Shout out to Nicked Up. Appreciate you joining us. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel, Nicked Up, and you hit that like button. But I appreciate you. I think all these injuries throughout the seasons were blessings in disguise. I totally agree. It put these guys in a position to learn and gain confidence for the playoffs. 100% Nicked Up. Totally agree with you. Appreciate you rocking with us today. Ajay, any thoughts on Divincenzo for tonight, the series? And you're right. I think it was, I forgot who it was. Let's not forget game 2.
I was about to say, I can't talk about the series because he hasn't had a terrible series overall. He hasn't had a great one either. But tonight we can't. I'm not just talking about the series. I'm talking about the rest of the playoffs, man. Divincenzo's our second best scorer. Like, he's our second scorer. He's our second. You can't come in here and lay those kind of eggs, man. I mean, it's just, we're not going to go very far because, if you start doing this, you're just leaving like Brunson to be double and triple teamed out there. You know what I'm saying? The other team has to understand that there are other threats out there. Yeah, Brunson, he's the head of the snake, but he's the guy distributing. When he's giving you the ball, man, you got to be able to do something with it. You got to be able to convert. You got to be able to drive to the basket. You can run it up and then dunk in Embiid's face. We've seen you do it. Just keep on pushing, man. You can't get shy because you missed 2, 3 shots. Keep shooting. keep shooting until you're a shooter. You keep shooting until it start dropping. So we can't afford to have another couple of those Divincenzo games. Yeah. His defense wasn't great either tonight. So I don't know what he was doing out there tonight at all.
So wasn't it Oubre, whatever his name was? Oh man, my God, cooking. Whew.
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Wesley Robinson. We got the win. Stop complaining about Dante. Listen. This is a show. It's a show. This is not the Pom Pom podcast. It's a show. So what are we gonna just come here and just talk about everything great about the Knicks and not talk about questions, not talk about concerns, not talk about things that we didn't like? It's a show. We're content creators. So we talk about what we like. We talk about what we don't like. That's the purpose of a show, right? Dante needs, DJ Shuttle feel like, he's doing good. It just depends on any given night who's gonna step up. It hasn't been his night. Game 2 it was.
I ain't say he's been doing good now. I don't know. Don't drag me now. Don't drag me.
All right.
I said we got a team full of players that can step up.
Right.
So I'm not going to stress him because he had a great game 2, right. And he took that shot that will be part of your Knick memory forever.
Right. No doubt.
You understand?
Yes,
but
no
doubt. But yes. To your point, Boogie's point, Villain. Yeah, I mean he could absolutely be playing better. But we talked about unsung heroes a minute ago, right? Like, listen, part of a great team is that somebody steps up when you need them, and that's the great thing that I feel about this team that I have not felt since the '94 Knicks, maybe the '99 Knicks. Excuse me.
Right. Yeah. No doubt about it. And listen. If the Knicks, when the Knicks get past Philly, because I really believe they're going to get past Philly, sometimes a series or matchup is not your matchup. You know what I mean? And the next round, maybe it'll be different. I just need, and I've seen Dante give us more. I've seen him attack closeouts. I've seen him put the ball on the floor, drive and hit somebody else if he didn't finish himself. I've seen him cut backdoor. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just a little surprised that they're taking away his 3-point shooting,
and he's not finding ways to get in the game
else. Because I'm just used to him,
finding something. Well, I mean, listen, but listen, if you study the Phillies defense, I'm not saying there's not nothing he can do, but Philly's playing some respectable defense out there.
No doubt about it.
Like they're playing real tough. They're moving their bunnies, and they're switching. They're concentrating on Divincenzo. He's not somebody that they're like treating like Hart, like, oh, let him shoot.
No. They are.
He's on the scouting report, big time.
Yeah.
He's probably.
He Shuttle first couple of games, he's like 20, 21, 22, whatever he's scoring. I'm pretty sure he's on scouting report.
That's my point. It's like he is on a scouting report, and it's a focus to stop him. So if that means McBride flourishes, if that means Josh Hart scores more points, if it means Hartenstein scoring 14, then that's what we want. We want a team of players that is not so dependent on one or two guys that the other players can't step up, don't have the confidence. And truth be told, the second half of the season, that's what it's been. It's been, Achiuwa with a great run, Hartenstein with a great run, Dante scoring 21 points for the last 3-4 months of the season. So, again, I'm just going to reiterate that, man. Like, yeah, we want Dante to be better, but at the same time, we want everybody to feel like they could do it, and that's what's been happening.
Yeah,
and it ain't just Dante. Because, we all at some point in time doing, just gave criticizing love to when our players don't, perform how we want them to perform, because we know the game good enough. We know the next game is coming and he needs to be ready. The next game is going to be ready, and they're going to do it by any means necessary to make sure they get that ball up out of Brunson's hand. So I know I'm quite sure when I speak, and y'all, when y'all speak, y'all speaking on letting him. He need to be getting ready. So that's our point. That's our point of view. Far as doing respective criticism of our player. You can't just always be good with what's going on with the players and not be able to criticize them. And like Queen said, that doesn't make a show when you just one-sided on just all the good. You got to be able to, mix it up sometime, especially when the player is not performing to where we know his capability is, and we know Dante's capability is much higher than where he's at. He's been in big time situations. He's been on a championship team. He worked and played good with Milwaukee until he got hurt in that first round series. He's been over there in Golden State playing in playoffs, and so he knows what it feels like. This is not nothing new for him. Only thing new for him is now he's getting those shots instead of coming off the bench getting those shots. So sooner or later, them shots is going to fall for him, but we still going to criticize, guys. When they're not doing good, we going to talk about it. When they're doing good, we're going to give them all their flowers. But when they ain't doing good, we want them to blossom. So we want to rise them up like flowers. That's all that is.
Yeah, no doubt. And Divincenzo has been on playoff teams before, but this is the first time where he's had this type of responsibility, at least coming into the season.
Right.
I felt like, he would have more responsibility on his shoulder. However, to Shuttle's point and to the rest of you guys' point, he just won a mini. Like coming in, he was like, yo, we really need, Devo, he has a lot of responsibility now, but basically everybody else is just, stepping up. If he don't step up, somebody else is stepping in. Let's talk about Josh Hart. Then we'll talk about Tibbs, and we'll talk about what we look to see in Game 5, and we can get up out of here. He was averaging 21 points coming into this game. I don't know, double digits in rebounds, shooting 50-something% from the 3-point line. Tonight he was 0 for 7. However, he had, I think it was it 17 rebounds, DJ Shuttle?
17
rebounds. He had 3 block shots. That block shot on Batum, I think it was in the first half, where he just met him. He was by himself. I'm like, he about to score. And he just met him. He just met him at this guy. And I said it when we got him right after the trade deadline, his first year. And we went on that run, and you saw him. I said, this guy has the potential to be an elite role player on a championship team. Think Draymond Green impact. That's what I was thinking. When you have a championship team, you need guys like Josh Hart who could just fill in and give you any and everything on any given night. This guy has risen to the occasion. Before Game 3, when Brunson turned it around offensively, you can argue that he was the best player through the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Right now, he right after Brunson. He has been amazing. And I can't say I'm surprised. We talked about coming into the season, who do you think you can count on the most after Brunson? And for me, it was Josh Hart. Like, I had no questions, no concern about Josh Hart coming into this series. Ajay, we'll start with you. Talk to me about Josh Hart this game and throughout the first 3 games.
I mean, so this game is an anomaly because he didn't score at all. Because
4 games, I mean,
Josh Hart, like on a regular night, he at least gives you like 6-8 points. You know what I'm saying? But tonight, I think he went 0 for 7. But the rebounding was absolutely necessary, and not to mention the defense.
In traffic, as usual.
In traffic. Not to mention the defense, the block shots, and all the other little things, like all the hustle plays that you don't see in the box score. And, you don't see the stat line for those, and those are tremendous. That we won the game because of effort plays like what Josh Hart put out there. But listen, like you said, he's a guy, on any given night, he's going to give you what you need to win the game, right? First 2 games, we needed 20, 21 points. He gave it to us, right? You know, tonight you needed the rebound and the defense and the clamping down and all that good stuff. That violent. That was a very violent block. I want to say that again. Like it threw Batum on the floor, ball out, and like he didn't know where he was and all that good stuff. And you need that. He's gonna give it to you. I mean, you know, yes, he's definitely one of the glue guys we have on his team. Tremendous impact. We're up 3-1 because of effort plays, because of guys like Josh Hart on the team. I mean, he shows up every night, not necessarily scoring wise, or not. It depends, but he shows up every night for something. It's rare. You look at throughout the whole season, it's rare that there's a all around bad game from Josh Hart. You can count. There are some, but very few of them. All around bad game from Josh Hart. I mean, he's been like that throughout his old tenure here with the Knicks. You know, from the time we got him last year, he's been like really all heart. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, tremendous. You know? And not to mention, Queen, tonight the defense they put him on Maxey. I think Shuttle or Boogie pointed that out. That putting him on Maxey made a huge difference. I mean, Maxey was very uncomfortable out there.
Yeah,
he's very uncomfortable.
That was Shuttle.
That was the huge adjustment that Tom Thibodeau made. That's probably why we won the game.
Yeah. Shout out to Anthony. 212. We had 5 offensive rebounds and he had 3 on 1 play. That was an amazing sequence. I don't think we scored out of that sequence. However, we got a number of opportunities, and it just again showed how you just dig deep. This team is in phenomenal shape. I mean, Boogie pointed that in phenomenal shape to play the way they play down the stretch in a very physical game. Anybody else want to comment on
let's just run the stats. Game 1, 22 points, 13 boards, 80% from the line, 50 from the field. Game 2, 21 points, 15 boards, 75 from the line, 57 from the field. Game 3, 20 points, 6 boards, 6 assists in the loss. Still shot 50% from the field and 50% from 3. So, you know, tonight, yeah, his scoring is down, only 4 points. But you know what? When Brunson was down and we needed him to step up on the scoring, that's what he did. When Brunson was up on the scoring, he stepped up on the rebounds. That's what he did. You see what I'm saying? It's not about just being a flat line scorer, numbers, and yada, yada. It's about it's the playoffs now. So right now, it's like it's do or die, win or go home. Do what we need when we need it. It doesn't matter if you can score 21 points a game, but, you know, Brunson was cooking for 47 today. Today, I didn't need just 21 points. Today, I needed better defense and more rebounding. So, I mean, to me, Hart has been stellar. I've been saying it since he came in that trade. Oh, man, this guy's the heart of the team. No pun intended. He's absolutely the heart of the team. You know what I'm saying? You said it, Queen. I've been saying the same thing. He's the Draymond Green of this squad. You know, we just don't want him to go overboard, though. No flailing legs to the head. Let's not go overboard. But we do need that Draymond-like intensity, that Draymond-like motivation, and whether it's scoring, defense, shot blocking, talking crazy to the opponents, getting the crowd involved, getting them going. He does everything you need him to do when you need him to do it. And you know, I don't think that the people that were saying he got overpaid at the beginning of the season are saying that now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people was talking that. There was a lot of talk about that contract first couple of months of the season. There's a lot of talk.
Yeah. Boogie, any thoughts? And yeah, I mean, listen, we'll talk about this, Chris, but part of holding Embiid to 1 point in the fourth quarter is I thought the Knicks made Embiid work today. He worked on the offensive end. He had to work on the defensive end. They pushed the pace in those first 2 quarters to get him coming. You got to wear him down. And in the fourth quarter, I thought they did that. Appreciate you, sis. But yeah, Boogie, just your thoughts on Hart.
Yeah, real quick on that Embiid, and that's on 3 nights rest.
Right.
You don't have 2-3 nights rest. That's over with. Ain't no more 3-night rests. Night in, night out. You know, you play tonight, one day off, you playing the next day. And that's where I wanted our team to do when we went to Philly. Wear Embiid down for the later part of the series. That's what I wanted more than anything. Make him work all game long. He was out of it. He was out of it this game. Bless his heart trying to stay out there. Bless his heart trying to full court press Brunson. He wanted to stay out there. I get it, though. He's a warrior, but not like Josh. Josh is a warrior. He's a machine. He's a Terminator. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back. Every time he leaves, he's telling you, I'll be back. And when you say five offensive rebounds, that's 5 shots that the Philly didn't get. That was over a minute and some change on the offensive end. So whether we made a shot or not, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. You know what I'm saying? Safe house, safe house, safe house. Yeah, that's what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Josh just does what he does, and he doesn't let nothing bother him. He going to continue on working. I believe I can outlast you. I believe I got more energy than you. I believe I got more effort than you, and I believe you're going to quit before I quit. And that's what it was. And, yeah, what's his name, Batum? Yeah, I remember in the first half, you try to come in off the bench and go hard and dunk on somebody and got fouled. So I knew I had to meet you at the rim because I knew you was gonna try to come with wrong bet. Get over there. Like as you say, he threw the ball all the way. He don't know what's going on. You know, he tried to come in there all shaved up, clean, pretty boy today. Nah, it looked like you got an ugly L today. You know what I'm saying? But Josh, man, that Josh is just a complete warrior, a man that's not going to stop. He's going to keep coming back, just like they said in the movie Terminator. He just keep coming back. He just keep, he's relentless like that, man. He's a straight machine. And Shuttle already said on it. I mean, y'all feeling the same way about those, you know what I'm saying, that money that he got. A lot of people saying, oh, man, they paid him before they got, he paid IQ and all that. Are we still saying those things, Malcolm X? Yo, get your hand out of my pocket. Let me rock. Let me do what I got to do. And he's showing you exactly what I need to do. I'm gonna be on this court, and I can play double overtime on top of 48 minutes. I'm built like that. I'm built like that, man. Shout out to Josh, man. Not only Josh, shout out to everybody, the team, the whole team itself. You know what I'm saying? Getting this victory, snatching that W away from them, able to come back to the crib. 3-1, ready to close this out, clean them lockers out, because the doubters and haters is always out there against us. We got another female hater. Sit your ass down, Dawn Staley. You up there cheering and roo, ha, ha, ha. You over there with Candace Parker and the other coach for the Las Vegas and all that. We see what's happening. Sit down. Why we get all the female basketball players against us? And Becky, you used to be and you used to be in New York. You know what I'm saying? You used to be like that. Stop that, man. Stop that.
She's from Philly. She's from Philly.
I don't care. Like I said, we always get females against us. Get your ass back to South Carolina.
Well, hold on. I hear what you're saying, but she played at Temple.
Man, I'm just jiving. I'm just ad-libbing.
Yeah. She's a Philly fan. And even my sister got her mixed up with Teresa Weatherspoon. Like, no,
right.
Weatherspoon is from New York.
Right.
She's from Philly. Did she play at Temple, if I'm not mistaken?
I don't think so.
I don't know where she played at, but I do.
If she didn't play at Temple, she coached at Temple, but I believe she played at Temple.
She played.
I know she played for Charlotte when she was in the WNBA, because I remember her and Andrea Stinson. Yeah, but I'm just jabbing with. I love Dawn everything she's doing. I just some of y'all women somebody can be for the Knicks. Somebody can like the Knicks. All the women that play basketball, man, they're against the Knicks, man. Why? What we done to anybody? We ain't bothered.
Jerrell, she played at the University of Virginia, but didn't she coach at Temple? Somebody check that for me.
She probably did.
Yeah, she did play at University of Virginia. That is correct. Yeah. So she repping where she
I know she repping her team. That's all right.
Yeah,
That's
she
all.
coached Temple. She coached Temple. Yeah.
We gotta get Queen down there on the front row so she can be repping. We need a female down there repping us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw the Knick chick at the game tonight. She was in the building, you know what I'm saying, rocking out, you know what I'm saying. You got to make some noise down there, man.
You saw John Starks make the trip.
Yeah, we was in the
out there.
building heavy, man. We was in the building.
Yeah.
We was in the building.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
supposed to be.
No doubt. Let's talk about. We haven't spoke about OG. I thought OG tonight came up good for us offensively. Came up big for us, I should say, offensively, but also came up big for us defensively. Remember, he has a 7-foot wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his game is so understated because he's not frenetic when he moves. You know what I mean? So it just seemed like, he kind of real smooth with it. But yeah, he was big for us tonight. Talk about OG Anunoby on both ends of the floor. Whoever wants to start it, Ajay.
Queen, I'll go first. I mean, defensively, that was masterful. The switch, because Precious was having a lot of problems with Joel Embiid. So what did Thibs do? Let me put the gorilla arms. Let me put the 7-foot wingspan up on Embiid and frustrate. With Embiid, all you have to do is frustrate him. You don't even have to. You just frustrate him, and he ain't getting no calls, and that's it. Like mentally, he's out of there. And that's exactly, Queen. We were talking about this before the game, right?
We were.
We were talking about the exact same thing. I said, listen, you don't even have to do. Just make sure he's a little bit bothered, he's a little bit frustrated. If he's not getting calls, even if he's making his shots, he's gonna have a bad game. Like he's gonna start missing them because mentally he's gonna check out. He's gonna be like engulfed into something else. He's gonna be thinking about like, why am I not getting calls? I'm supposed to be the star, and so on and so forth. And that was a great adjustment that we made, putting OG Anunoby on Embiid. And when we switched that too, we was good because we, whoever we switched on, just be in his space, just bother him, and then he can't perform. And of course, on offense, OG Anunoby came up big. He was attacking the basket. He was coming in. He had the mid range going. And he's not known. He's known to be a 3-and-D guy, right? He had the mid. Right. I mean, he's on automatic in the mid range today. So he's really, really good for us today, man. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, finish.
No, I was gonna say it's just the fate, like the coaching staff, the way they made the adjustments. Philly really had no answer for what we had out there. They couldn't. It's not. They played well. They played good defense. Philly, they just couldn't keep up.
Because at some point, particularly in the playoffs, it goes beyond X's and O's, and it comes down to just making it happen and finding a way. And that's what we have on Philly. Make it happen and find a way. 8 points in under 30 seconds. We got it. You know what I mean? Like you figure it out and you find a way, because like I said, there's no secrets. Everybody know what the other team wants to do. You know where their spots are. You know what they like to do on offense. You know what they like to do on defense. You know what adjustment, like there's no secrets. You just got to figure it out and find a way. And that's what the Knicks players, in my opinion, have on Philadelphia.
And OG
that dog.
Queen with the 14 rebounds. He's not a great rebounder. He had
Right.
14 rebounds today.
Right.
And 3 or 4 blocks. I don't know how many blocks.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit 3 blocks. So 14 rebounds. This is not a guy who gives you a lot of rebounds.
Yeah.
For his size, I mean, you figure, this guy would average 8-10 rebounds a game. Today he gave you 14 rebounds.
Yeah. 2 points I want to make before I pass it on. Whenever he had an opportunity to go at Embiid, he went at him in that first half. And that's what I said. You got to challenge him. Even if you miss the shot, challenge him. Make him work and have to make decisions. Make him uncomfortable. Anytime OG had an opportunity to get in that lane, particularly in the first half, He took it right to Embiid. That's what you're supposed to do. And to Chris' point, OG does what's needed, a 3-point rebounds or defense on the best player. Maybe he's a Josh Hart type player with just a better offense and better defense. And by that meaning, a lot of us want him, to step up and be our second leading scorer or that third leading scorer. But maybe he's just another elite role player, depending on what you need on any given night. It could be scoring. It could be his baseline is defense. But sometimes you're going to get scoring. Sometimes you're going to get rebounds. Sometimes you're going to get blocks. It depends on what's needed. So perhaps we have to start looking at, OG the way we looking at Josh Hart and just kind of accept him for what he is, and as opposed to expecting him to be the third leading scorer or the second leading scorer on the team.
And if you put things in perspective, right? Josh Hart is supposed to be coming off the bench, and OG is supposed to be the glue guy in the starting lineup.
That's true.
So you have your all NBA player at power forward. You got OG at his natural position, small forward, and now he's able to roam and be the free safety all over the defense, doing all kind of things. Now he's scoring on fast breaks, and he's the third or fourth man open now because Randall's commanding more offense than Josh Hart is commanding. So we gotta kind of temper the expectations with OG on offense a little bit. But to double down on your point there, Steph, you are right. He took it to the rack a few times. He made that like it seemed like he was looking for the pull-up jumper, like it was something that was discussed. He made a few of those pull-up jumpers in the mid-range where it was like, okay, like he went into Embiid, he got a little contact, got some space, and he hit that mid-range jumper. And I'm sorry, I got to go back to my guy again who's no longer here. This guy would not shoot a mid-range jumper. You're in the NBA. You gotta be able to drive, get some contact, step back, and shoot a mid-range jumper. That's a basic move if you're a small forward. So we got OG here, and he implemented that today. So that was key. Kawhi Light. I've been saying that. It's Kawhi Light. That's exactly it. And on defense, the thing where he did on Embiid, it's not just that he played good defense on him, right? It's that he did something nobody else has been doing. He started fronting him. He made it more. He made it more challenging for him to get the ball and get the ball in the spots where he wanted it. And that was the difference. He was making them work. And by the time he had to work so hard, by the time he got the ball, now it wasn't as easy. And he wasn't like catching the ball with a rhythm. Like, okay, just give me the ball. And now I'm just going to just, rock you to sleep and just do my thing. That's exactly right, Chris. He was pushing them out of the spots. He challenged the entry passes. Is exactly what I'm saying. And that specifically was the defensive tactic that he did that made the difference on Embiid. And I think if anything won the game, as great as Brunson's performance was, to me, that is what won the game because the game was still in the balance. And fourth quarter, Embiid got no baskets. Fourth quarter, it's OG on him for the majority of that time. So to me, that's what won the game.
Yeah.
If I had to pinpoint one thing, so of course, Brunson a Knicks record 47, but my player of the game would be OG, or the unsung hero of the game, I guess would be.
Yeah. I can't argue with you. Listen, and Tiff says this a lot. You in any given series, you're gonna need everybody at some point. You're gonna need everybody to contribute. Before we get to who the next person wants to comment on OG, we have 266 watching the show. I appreciate everybody that showed up tonight to watch us. Please hit the like button. We got 134 likes. We got 266. Let's see if we could just get it to 150. Let's ease into it. Let's see if we can get it to 150 in the next 5 minutes, if not more. And also, I hope everybody is subscribed to the channel.
I am.
We talk about the like button a lot, but I want to talk about the subscription too. subscribe to the channel. You know, we have our weekly show that's kind of moving around depending on when the Knicks play. But we also have pop-up shows like this. This was a pop-up show. And what we're trying to do is give you good, balanced content where people can come and express their views. I get knocked on this a lot. You know, some people don't listen because they want to come and just have a party after a Knicks game, or they want to have a party going into the playoffs. And I get it. You know, somebody start talking about questions and concerns, you know, they messing with your buzz. You know what I mean? You
Don't kill my vibe. Don't kill my vibes.
Yeah,
Queen, don't kill my vibe, Queen.
Right. But that's how we do it here. That's how we do it here. So hopefully you'll come back. But again, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Listen, see that coffee there. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, I know this is an older crowd. We did a show when we asked, you know, when did you first start watching the Knicks? People in the 80s, late 70s. Some had even seen the Knicks win their second championship. So you may not understand how it worked. You got to open your phone to the camera. You got to put the camera to the QR code right here with the little coffee in the middle. Then when you look at your phone, you're going to see a link, tap it, and then you'll have an opportunity to buy me a cup of coffee. All right?
Queen, and I have a very important stat, right?
Yes.
Whenever we do the shows here on DopeSoulSports Talk, and we go over 150 likes, the Knicks win the next game 8 out of 10 times.
The villain. The villain. The villain stats.
The villain stats. All right, so let's get it to 150, man, so we can close this thing out and get ready for the Pacers.
Oh, we just hit 152.
Oh,
all right.
Oh,
there we go.
There we go. 80% chance right there.
Yeah. People showing up. Salute, Wiz. Anybody else? I'm sorry, want to comment on who are we talking about? Y'all know my OG.
We talking about OG, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you talking about OG, man. Appreciate y'all. You doing what you're doing. You know, reaching the, you know, hitting that like button, because the song says you tuned in. That means you feeling the vibe. The bell run. You already been subscribed. Right now, the Queen, she on live. Please pull over the whip, no phoning when you drive. It's Dope Soul, man. So, you know what I'm saying? She put it out here, great content for you also. Make sure y'all guys, you know, it's only a small thing we asking. Hit the like button, you know what I'm saying? So she can continue on bringing great content for you guys, you know, at the least expected moment like this here. We know we rocking, but somebody still wanted to hear, you know, some Knick content. And that's what she provided for us, you know what I'm saying, on this Sunday. I was shocked. I said, whoa, Queen is on. Let me stop doing what I'm doing, man. Everything, you know. I had to hurry up, eat my food, because I don't have a microwave in my crib. I don't do the microwaves at all, period. Not one in here, period. So when I get food, when it's come off the stove or when it get it out of the restaurant, we eat right then and there and get it over with. Ain't no getting it cool and getting it warm, none of that. You know what I'm saying? But yo, OG, yeah, OG is OG, point blank. Oh my God, that's what he's doing. Everything doing. When he went straight to that rack early today and he dunked it, and Embiid was down there and he had no attempt to try to block that, it was over then. I ain't got no parts of that dude. I don't care when he come. I'm not doing nothing with that dude. And he showed, like as you say, the gorilla arms. He showed him the power and the strength that, you know, that I can go ahead and play this guy. I really do believe, and I heard y'all talk about it earlier, but I spoke with somebody and I told him, you know what I'm saying, that Tom has a card, but he's not pulling that card. But today he's going to pull his cards today instead of showing what he needed to do in game 3, because until you beat me, I'm not going to make no adjustments until, you know, you beat me. So game 1, game 2, we on game 1, we won. Game 2 was a dynamic way for us to win. You know, reverse game of the Indiana Pacers. That game happened for us. Now game 3 come. Until you beat me, I'm not going to show no different cards and bring nothing new to the table. It's chess. It's not checkers. We're not playing marbles. We're not playing scribble scrabble. None of that. When you come and you make a boss move, I'm going to say check to your queen. You're going to have to make a move. You make the wrong move, and I make my next move, then you know what it is. Chess game is over with. And he done that today. And I do believe that had to have something being played inside the part, and the thought, once they realized Mitch was hurt at the end of the other game, I believe they went straight to the bulletin board and start working on things. And that's what they're doing right now. If you think the Knicks are celebrating what they got going on, it was a ha-ha, kiki, laughing moment, and that's over with. And right now, they already know in their mind frame this game right here means nothing, and Game 4 means nothing if we don't go to Game 5 and close it out. This game is quite a real wash. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a bump in our road if we don't win at the crib. That's where their mind frame is at right now. We won Game 4. Let's not go back there. Let's get ready. You know, we got one night's of rest, and we're going to get up, you know, and be ready to play come Tuesday. And this is where the team is at, the squad is at. This is what Embiid can't do. He can't pull that knee brace up and get ready to go back to back. And like I said, you're not going to put up 50 and 50s and 50s. He can't do it. His body language, it won't allow him to do it. Bless his heart, much as his heart want him to do it, but he's not going to be able to do it. So now things are starting to fall more and more on Maxey. And slowly but surely, we're starting to get a little bit more control on Maxey. You know, max out a little bit, Max. You did what you did when game. Max out. Calm down. Relax. We're going to, you know, do what we got to do. Get your MIP and go on clean your locker room out. We got other things to do. I don't know what happened between Milwaukee and the Pacers tonight, but I need to get in this series, heal up some more, get some more bodies, get some more rest, you know, get tuned up and get ready for the second round that's going to start in New York, in Madison Square Garden. That's what the team work hard for, man. They work hard, you know what I'm saying, to have a number 2 seed and back-to-back, you know, home court advantage. If we play Boston, that's the only way we can lose it. But if we get through Boston and the right team comes out the West, Lord knows we can have the home court advantage in the finals. Because we had a better record than I think about 3 or 4 of them teams over there in that West. You know, we was a top 7 team for us record, I do believe, completely overall. So, you know, shout out to the team, man, providing us great work, great season, and handling your business in Philly, man. And I hope everybody having a great weekend and enjoying yourself in life, you know what I'm saying? I hope you go to work tomorrow. You're going to feel a whole lot different, you know, than any other normal Monday. Because, you know, watch how them guys and guys, you know, the guys and women on your job, they don't want to talk to you. They see what's happening, and you know what? Don't even talk to them. Don't even give them the conversation. Just keep on walking by, you know. They just sort of say, walk on by. Walk on by. Man, I gotta love the New York Knicks, man. Shout out to everybody watching the show.
Now, Jay Boogie, I gotta give you a quick reality check though. The Knicks got 50, come on. The Knicks got 50 wins. And in the West, the only team that's in the playoffs that's less than 50 wins is Phoenix, that could potentially do anything, and they're not going to do anything either. So Dallas and every team up has more wins than the Knicks. So
okay. So Dallas is 5th seed, right?
Dallas is the 5th seed, but they also have more wins. They actually have 50 wins exactly. So
okay, so it's a 6th seed, 7th seed, and an 8th seed, right?
Those teams ain't going nowhere.
But like I said, if the right teams can win, if the right teams win,
them teams ain't going nowhere. You mentioned Indy. Indy is up right now by 14, little over 5 minutes left. They're about to go 3-1. Dame didn't play tonight. Giannis didn't play tonight. And if they don't play that next game,
what is that ejected in the first quarter?
Yeah,
what is that ejected?
And Middleton's playing with a bum ankle right now.
Yeah, it's over.
So listen, just the same way the Heat had everything lined up for them last year. This is the time the Knicks get it all lined up with other teams. And yeah, man, listen, I ain't gonna start calling out no teams and teams I want, but you know, listen, let's just handle business on Tuesday, and the chips fall where they may, and we deal with whoever comes. The team can get some rest, you know, get a couple of days off, and you know, hopefully maybe Mitch will come back.
Yeah. Let me give this shout out to Mets Knicks fan. Let's go. Appreciate you rocking with us. Appreciate the super chat. With OG playing, we really have not lost too many games. Knicks Nation is strong. No doubt about it. I will say this, though. Game 5, closeout games, those are knockdown, drag out games because no team wants to go home. So they're going to bring everything they have Tuesday night. I still believe the Knicks are going to be ready for it. I still feel the Knicks are going to be ready for it, but they're going to bring everything they have on Friday because it is an elimination game. And just historically, elimination games are the toughest games to play and the toughest games to win. Now, we will be at home.
Especially games when it's not a game 7, when you don't have the same desperation
as the other team.
As the other team has, to your point
right.
about them not wanting to go home. Excuse me.
No, you're absolutely right. They're going to be the more desperate team. The Knicks have 3 games to win 1. But knowing our coach and knowing the Knicks mentality, they're not going to be playing with those chances. You know what I mean? But that being said, it's just human nature. It's very hard to manufacture desperation. Philly's going to be a more desperate team, but I still believe the Knicks are the better team. I think the Knicks are the tougher team, and the Knicks are at home. So I fully expect the Knicks to win tomorrow. It's either going to be a blowout or it's going to be a nail biter. It's going to be one or the other. Anything on OG before we just quickly talk about what we want to see in Game 5?
No, we good.
All right. Yeah. Let's get to Game 5. What's your expectation? Is there anything you want to see done differently? Is there any concerns you have? Is there any adjustment you want Tom Thibodeau to make? Just talk to me about Game 5. Ajay, we'll start with you.
Well, I think we've seen the adjustments. You see what worked. You know what I'm saying? So I think Tom Thibodeau, he has a little more flexibility or a little more knowledge of the personnel that we have and what he could do. And I'm not gonna say he should change anything to start the game, but then if we starting to fall behind and do what adjustment to make to clamp it down, especially on defense, because you got to hold these guys. Listen, Embiid, he's not going to have another 50-point game. His body just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not going to happen. We just have to contain the other guy. Just make sure. Listen, I don't want to see Campaign. Man, I do not like that kid. I don't want to see Campaign scoring no double digit, man. Please. All
man,
right?
You don't like Captain Phillips?
Yeah.
Taking over the boat.
I mean, this guy scores 1 basket for the game. You'd have think he hit the 30 mark. The way he celebrates. I'm like, dude, chill. That was your first basket. Relax.
Listen, he's an off the bench guy. He's trying to invoke some energy from the team, from the crowd. Listen, that's what he's supposed to do. He's a role play guy. That's what a guy in that role does.
I hear you.
He made a good block on Brunson. Yeah. Listen, he's probably. I mean, don't get me wrong. 50 pieces a 50 piece, but if he doesn't have the game he has in Game 3, they probably don't win that game.
Yep.
So you put some respect in that man's name. They play the game too.
Absolutely. No, I hear you. I just don't like him, Shuttle. I don't like him.
I don't like Kyle Lowry, so I feel.
God, there's another one I don't like.
Kyle Lowry. Yo, first of all, did you see the play when he pulled? Was it OG when they called the foul on the Knicks? He pulled him down on him at the end of that fourth quarter. I'm like, oh man, Kyle Lowry. He's savvy. He a vet out there. He making the type of plays that you got to make to give your team a chance to win it. And I respect him, but he ain't nothing but a bag of what. So listen, as long as he go home, as far as this closeout game though, I'm looking for a fast start. Like, listen, if Philly happens to win the game, they win the game. But listen, don't let it be that they feeling cozy and warm and fuzzy to kick the game off. You got to start out strong. Listen, get your 30, 40 belows, lace them up, and put them on their neck like it's the 90s. You understand what I'm saying? J Boogie, that's what it need to be. Like, some Bucktown, boot camp click type of energy. You feel what I'm talking about? Army fatigue on, coming in with the black hoodies. Like, that just needs to be the energy and the vibe. Yo, we here for business. We ain't here for play. Nobody's excited. It's 3-1. It don't mean nothing. We got guys that got championship pedigree, and winning the first round series ain't even nothing to celebrate because there's bigger and larger expectations on this team. So we just come in here to send y'all home gracefully. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna kick you in the groin. We ain't gonna step on you. We just gonna beat you. And to set the tone from the first quarter is what we have to do. The only thing, the one thing that I'm hoping that they spend time on specifically is with my man RoboCop, aka Hartenstein. Listen, you got to spend some time with video showing him what he's doing, putting his body and putting the arm on Embiid, and how he's lifting up and drawing that contact and getting the foul. He has to understand what that is and how to avoid that, because it is critical that we have him in the game for as many minutes as possible. So, it's one thing getting in foul trouble late in the third quarter. We don't need that foul trouble in the first. So, Hartenstein's foul trouble is something that's key for me and keeping him in the game. Other than that, man, let's do what we continue to do. You get the ball, you shoot it. You on defense, make a play. Loose ball, get the rock, and just everybody just step up as you need it when it's your opportunity, as the team's been doing.
Yeah, no doubt. Anybody else?
Yeah, I agree with him. As far as Hartenstein, you got to pay attention. You look and watch and observe Embiid's game. His game is facing the rim. He's facing up. He's not really going in that post at all because he has no waist down strength. So what you want to do, you want to make sure you stand on his right shoulder and continue on forcing him left, which you're doing right, but you're reaching. You want him to go left. No, my fault. You want to stand on his left shoulder. You want to make him go to his strong hand, which is his right hand. And the reason why, because it's his left leg. So if I go right, when I plant, I'm planting with the left. If I go up, you know what I'm saying? When I'm planting with the left. But when I'm going left, that's his step back game. He can get that off. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pay attention to his game. Force him going hard right than anything because he don't have no lift. You saw that at the end of the game when he went hard right and he went up. And I think it might have been Precious that blocked it. He was screaming, helping for a foul. He do not have no lift planting with the left leg. So that's one thing, Hartenstein. All you got to do is not reach. But more importantly for the team, man, just make sure you secure this victory. Win it for yourselves. You deserved it because you earned it today. And we don't need to go back there. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to make this victory today even more sweeter come Tuesday when you close out. I know nobody really been in. We don't have a lot of people that's been in a closeout situation. We do have Hartenstein. We do have Mitch. We don't know if he's coming back. We do have Josh. We got a few players that's been in the closeout situation. And that last game of the season for us to win, to take over the 2 seed was kind of meaningful for them guys to win that game and, under a pressure situation. So we can get to the 2 seed. But close this game, this series out, handle your business, trust in your teammates and continue on playing the way that got you here and everything. The score will show itself at the end of the game. Knicks in 5. And somebody don't already ask me, yo, you're going to do a Knicks in 5 song. And I don't grab the chat and everything. I got them. I'm thinking about sampling that, doing that, just, letting it be known. But I don't like writing a song like that. And then something doesn't happen. And I go spend all that money up in the studio. So if you're still out there and you listen, I'm not going to do that. But I did get a text talking about, can you do a Knicks in 5? You know what I'm saying? Because we beat Cleveland last year in 5. But nah, I'm not going to do that. But I got some other things coming. I got the COAT coming next. The COAT, the KOAT, which stands for Knicks over all teams. I got the COAT. Let the great ones be the GOAT. I just want to be the COAT.
Yeah, listen. If the Knicks come out tomorrow and handle business, we win. the Knicks are the better team.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line, because mentality counts in the playoffs. Sometimes that's the only difference between one team and the next is the mental toughness and getting those timely stops and those timely shots. If you look back, these games have been close. Coming into this game, I think the Knicks, if you put all the points together, I think the Knicks were up maybe 1 point, 1 point difference between the team coming into the game, if I'm not mistaken. But the Knicks made all the big shots down the stretch, the key rebounds, the deflections, the key stops. That's the difference. I'm not saying what you do through 3 quarters and what you do up until the last 5 minutes of the game is not important. It is important. But crunch time, when the game is hanging in the balance, who's getting the deflections? Who's getting that offensive rebounds? Who's hitting that key shot? Who's getting that key stop, that key block? And in those situations throughout the series, it's been all New York Knicks. And I don't expect anything different on Tuesday. Shuttle?
The rebounding numbers were tied going into the fourth quarter. The Knicks ended up out rebounding them by 10.
10. That's right. Yep.
That's effort. That's hard work.
And that's what we call where you win the game.
Yeah. Determination.
Where you win the game.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
And Embiid, he had 1 rebound in the fourth quarter. And part of it could have been him wearing down, but the Knicks had a lot to do with him wearing down. I was telling Adji, I was tight. I'm like, yo, I understand he had a 50 piece. The conspiracy theories, the officials wanted him to win. You got to change up the cover. You got to make this guy work. That's all I'm saying. Make him work. And today I thought the Knicks did. Just a little deeper into the stats. Philly shot 35.4% overall and just 27% from the 3-point line, right? The Knicks shot 43% from the field. We didn't shoot well from the 3-point line ourselves, and we didn't shoot well from the free throw line. We missed 10 free throws. That can't happen, particularly in a closeout game. I think we shot like 61% or something like that. I think we went 16 for 26. Can't leave 10 points on the board. You just can't. And I expect that we'll be better in that closeout game for sure. I just there's going to be oh, wait a minute. Oh, how am I going to be able to do this? Ooh. I think I might have it in the wrong spot. All right. I got it in the wrong spot. Anyway.
16 for 26 from the foul line. Yeah.
We were 16. Yeah, we were. We were 16 for
61%.
Yeah.
And Indiana's wrapping up this game. They up 3-1.
Right, maybe I'll do it as a screen share. Let me see if I could do it as a
Milwaukee got nothing, man.
Share.
Shuttle, you watching Milwaukee? It's so bad. They calling plays for Jay Crowder, man. That's how bad it.
All right. I just want to say, so we're having a watch party. New York Knicks versus Philadelphia. Game 5 watch party at Legends Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. We're gonna do a pregame show. Then there'll be the watch party. Then we're going to do a post-game show. So come hang out with the Dope Soul family, the MBK family. I'm not sure whoever else is going to be. I think Eru, Diehard Knicks podcast will be there. I believe Tony Crow from Knicks and Bruises will be there. I'm not sure about 2 Knicks chicks. If they'll be there, if you guys are listening and you're going to be there, drop it in the chat. But that's going to be a closeout game. I'm not sure if you've been to Legends, 6 West 33rd Street. Fireplace to watch a game. So let's be in there strong and close it out.
Tell them scan that QR code to register.
Yeah, scan the QR code. It's a free event. You just want to register just so we can get a sense of how many is coming to the watch party. But let's fill the place up. Legends.
Standing room only. Standing room only. Let's go.
Standing room only. Yeah, no doubt about it.
I'm bringing the laptop, Steph.
Oh yeah.
Bringing the laptop. I'm bringing the laptop. So we'll be on standby to run some tunes as we need.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Let me just get to a few comments and then we'll get the last words and we are out of here. Pablo Demos talking about OG. He's a 3-and-D player. I would say 3-and-D plus. Yeah. I would say 3-and-D plus. We haven't talked about, and we don't have to get into it. We could talk about tomorrow. I'll be on the Queen's Court, 8:30. Nothing but Knicks. Underestimating the role that Hart plays offensively and the pressure he takes off of Brunson and the just someone else to create offense for us beyond Brunson when he's on the court. That's why he has to stay out of foul trouble. Our offense is a bit more diverse when he's on the court. All right. Appreciate you, Jerrell. All right. Anyway, I'll just shout people out. Knicks 100 a GM. DX Relish from Philly said it's going 7. Okay. Keith Turner, I appreciate you. Cody, Kevin Bergen.
7 what?
He
7 what?
Shuttle. He keep moving the goalpost.
The only 7 y'all gonna get in Philly is the next touchdown, and the extra point y'all can get in the Eagles game. Get no more 7s out here.
Chasing X, I appreciate you too. Paris Duggar was in the house. None others in the house. Listen, hit the like button. We got 176. Hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We have more coming. Ty Cowboys, appreciate you rocking with us. Edward Brown, appreciate you. If this is your first time, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. A-Train in the house. Chris in the house. Mike Boy, appreciate you. Wiz was in the house. Dirty Dancer, Gerard, Charlotte in the house. I'm not going to be able to get to everybody, but y'all know how I feel, about you.
Tay Cowboys, Pablo Demas.
Yeah.
Mike
Boy. Only 22 likes away from 200.
Yeah. While we giving our last words, let's get it up to 200.
Yeah, to 200.
Now, if you already, we got about 3 or 4 Gmail accounts. You might have to go into your other account.
shout out to Deuce's grandfather. He in the house.
Wiz. Yeah. And shout out to everybody who gave us super chat today. Nicked up, appreciate you. Mets Knicks fans, let's go. I appreciate you. The Art Man formerly known as Steve, I appreciate you. And Hitting Murphy was in the house early with the super chat. Appreciate
my
you.
name, his name. That's my brother. I said my name, his name. That's my brother right there.
Oh, really? All right. Yeah. Shout out, brother.
No, that's how we say it. That's my brother. Like I might say that's my Shuttle. That's my brother. Like you might say. I'm just saying that's my brother right there, man. But shout out to Murph, man. Shout out to the Murph, man.
Appreciate you. All right, let's get those likes to 200 before we get out of here. Any last words?
Yeah, you got the anthem though. Get them people on your show your anthem.
See you Tuesday.
Which anthem is that?
I got a feature with Ebony.
Yeah, we did that.
Oh, I don't, man. I be so zoned out, my man.
Yeah, man. We did it on the last. We did it on the last.
Man, I don't know, but God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Also, for those that don't know, Jay Boogie is the one who wrote and produced the intro video. Sim did the video, but that song, that's Jay Boogie. He laid it down nice, so there's another part to it that we don't really get to play that often. Let me see if I have it, Boogie. It's only like 16 seconds. We don't really get a chance to listen to it that much.
You tune in, that means you're
not that one.
Yeah, that's right. I see the chat. I see y'all rocking. I see y'all coming. Hit that like button as you enter the building. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Show your love. Show your support. You know what I'm saying? This that dope soul. This that new thing. Nobody don't know about it. Nobody don't.
Yeah, that's the part that's not part of
Yeah.
the video. But when I do my audio podcast, sometimes I do I do use that. Actually. So I appreciate you. That song is mad dope.
And you know, and for those that don't know of about music and working in the studios and stuff like that, that is me. That is my voice. But my voice is sped up to a, you know what I'm saying, a real fast pace. So that's to make it sound like that. You know, I'm quite sure Shuttle, he knows that, you know, but that's just for those that might not know, you know, that's listening in the chat. Yeah, that was me, you know, with my voice speeded up. And I shared this story one time before, but I'm going to share it again because Queen brought it up, you know, with that track, you know what I'm saying? That track, I got that track from Big Daddy Kane's producer. His name is Skaz. And when I got that beat and I did what I did to it, you know what I'm saying? Word was, you know, that Kane had wanted that beat. And when he told him what was going on, and
I heard about that story, and you had to battle Kane for the beat, and you smashed Kane in the battle. I heard about this.
Nah, that wasn't me.
Everybody in Brooklyn is talking about it.
nah, that's not me, man. But but that's a great one. That's a great one, though, boy.
That's
but
yeah, story, Boogie, that's the story. Stick with that story.
I can't stick with the story because Kane is my people's, and he might be listening, you know what I'm saying? Because he liked it. He liked it what I did on the show for you know, on the song for the podcast, you know what I'm saying? I don't try, you know, before to try to get him, you know what I'm saying, at least tune in one day, you know what I'm saying, so he can hear it before. But you know, Kane has a lot of things going on. God bless and rest in power to DJ Mr. C too. And I'm trying to get Kane to do something with me, and I'm trying to get, you know, Chuck D to do something with me, but I haven't got the word yet because I haven't put this anthem all the way together for the playoffs. And matter of fact, and there go Cully texting me right now. I haven't got all the verses from everybody because I got a playoff anthem that I'm getting ready to put out called Knick Symphony. You know how Cool G Rap, Big Daddy Kane, all them, they did the symphony. I got one called Knick Symphony, and once I got all them guys verses, and then I can give it to them, and they'll make a decision on what they want to do. And but shout out, you know what I'm saying, to the big homie Chuck D, and shout out to the big homie Big Daddy Kane, you know, trying to get involved, you know what I'm saying, with this. And I do have a song with Chuck D. I just never released it yet, but I'm gonna have to release it because, you know, I can't afford to, you know, have him on a song with me and I not put it out for my own reasons and stuff. But yeah, man, thank you, Queen, for everything you do and you provide, you, Aggie, even Shuttle. And I spoke to Shuttle one time about it before, and I still haven't made it. So, Queen, please do me a favor and send me over Shuttle's his his handle, so I can reach out to him. So I'm gonna send Shuttle a bunch of verses, Knick verses, you know, just acapellas, and let him come up with something that he can do, mix that and everything. I said it before, and I haven't done it. But this time, real serious, I'm going to do it because I know he DJs. Maybe he could put a mix of everything, you know what I'm saying? He could put it out for however he want to do it, you know what I'm saying? But I need to get that to him. So please, Queen, send me over his handle so I can make sure I reach out to him. And next time I go in the studio, I'm just going to grab a bunch of acapellas, and I can make sure I'm emailing everything to Shuttle so he can do what he does, because that is one of our major – he might be our top Knick DJ. You know what I'm saying? He ain't getting enough recognition for what he does, because he's the only DJ that I know, I hear of, that do come on and, you know what I'm saying, and rock on you know, and provide great content, you know what I'm saying? So
yo Villain, I don't know how I should feel about this. Might be. I don't know how I should feel about that. You know what I mean?
My bad. Go ahead.
I don't know how I should feel stuff about I might be. You understand? I don't know how I should feel about that.
You're right.
Right.
Yeah, might be. I don't know.
He might be the greatest DJ of all time. Let me switch that up, man.
All right.
Shout out to Wiz BK LA. The queen is always white. Queen of the Deuce Hot. Listen, I'm not an early adopter. You got to show me something. I ain't getting all excited because Deuce came out and was playing real good defense as a rookie. Okay, all right. Okay. But now, when you come up big in the playoffs, now, all right, I see you. I'm not an early adopter. You got to show me first. Then now I'm on the bandwagon. I'm always like that. That ain't nothing new. So shout out to Deuce coming up big for us. And I'm definitely queen of the Deuce Hive right now for sure. And this is DJ Shuttle. 108 Soul Friday nights from 8 to 10, laying it down. We got a lot of older people in here. That R&B, check.
We was vibing Friday night, I think, Steph.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we was in the bag Friday night on the R&B tip.
Yeah. And then when is the next time you're going to be on IG Live?
I'm going to be off for a couple of weeks. I got something I'm doing on Mondays. Low key, I got to take care of some other business. But I'll be back in 3 weeks, back every week on the Monday tip, dedicated to independent upcoming artists. So, J Boogie, that's really my platform every Monday night on my Instagram where I'm playing independent artist music. So if you tapped in on IG, give me a couple of weeks. We'll be back at it on Mondays. And, I'm playing music from all over the country, artists from everywhere.
Okay. So you got some beats too, huh?
Nope.
Oh,
I don't make beats. That's the Podfather, Sim. He makes beats.
You're right. Hey, before I forget, I was gonna say, Agi, hey, I haven't seen a player with that type lift on their jump shot. Speaking of Deuce, since the great World Be Free.
Yeah,
his lift off the ground on that jumper. A lot of people don't even get up like that on their jumpers.
Yeah.
But
and it's behind his head, so you ain't blocking that.
Yes. Way back here.
It's the long arms. That it's the OG. Same thing with OG Anunoby. Man, Queen, listen, man, shout out to the Knicks team. Like, those guys are professionals. They're winning those games and they calm collected like they supposed to win.
Right.
I'm looking at the Pacers game. They all doing backflips over there like they want to flip. I'm like, yo, and meanwhile, these guys are calm collected. They know this is first round is not the goal. And shout out to the Knicks, man. These guys are focused. Love it.
Yeah.
And shout out to the chat for reaching the 200.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway,
you deserve it, Queen. You deserve it.
Yeah, I appreciate. Listen, no channel without the panel, and there's no channel unless you have those who want to listen to the show.
Yeah,
it's just as simple as that. I wish I had more time. I miss my morning show. I miss being on more often. But it's been a lot going on this season for me as I try to build my business.
Come on, chat. 8 from 200. Let's make it happen on the way out.
I thought we was at 2.
No, I'm saying we getting close to it. I'm pumping them up, Queens.
We need 6. We need 6 likes to hit 200
on the way out, man. Come on, shout out to y'all for getting to that 200, man. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're one of 6 and you're of the 137 still watching, we need you right now. 200.
Yeah. We just need 6 of y'all to go use your other phone. A lot of y'all there got 2 phones. Use the other one too.
Okay.
A lot of you got like 2, 3, 4 Gmail accounts. You might have to log into your other Gmail account.
197.
There you go. Boop, boop, boop. And we had 200. Come on, let's
200.
go.
There we go. 200.
There you go.
200 gang. 200 gang.
Come on, Shuttle. Hit that bell. Hit that bell, Shuttle. Hit that. There you go.
There we go. Bang, bang.
So I'm going out with the intro song again. For those who don't know, J Boogie, did this song. He right here in the flesh. He does a lot of music for the Knick content creation community and outside of the Knick content creation community. Don't you have your own where can they find your music, Boogie?
I'm getting ready to release something within like the next week and a half. I gotta go meet somebody and get all the details. I forgot. It's something biz. It's the same thing what Kanye just released his at. Whereas what it is when you release your music, your audience, whoever it is, they can pay what they want to pay and how they appreciate your music, but they can't pay nothing less than $10. And every sale that sale that's brought from somebody, you and that company, y'all split it 50-50. So if they spend $10, they get $5, I get $5, so I'm getting ready to do that. And I'm just waiting on this last song to be done for the playoffs and everything. And I already got like 8 tracks ready to go, and I'm getting ready to upload it. About 3 of them y'all have heard the Mike Breen, you have heard the Clyde, you have heard the Weather Storm, and you have heard We on Top. But I got, a few more that y'all have not heard. I got about 20-something songs y'all have not heard.
Listen, let me tell you, right here in StreamYard, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 songs from Dre Boogie already low. We can have a listening party. Actually. Boogie, if you go to the private chat, you can get the information. I don't know can you see the private chat?
Let me go.
And you could get the information. But anyway, we're gonna play. This is Boogie Boogie. I appreciate you. You didn't have to. You could have definitely said you had a lot going on with your own album at the time when I asked you, but you still took the time to to do the song. I appreciate it. I remember you called, you said, I don't know what the woman's name was. You said, yo, I got so-and-so coming in the studio to lay down the vocals, and it should be finished. As soon as she lay down the vocals, this song is going to be finished.
Her name is Tina J. Yes. She can rock. She got crazy. She got about 7 albums of her own, and she can rock. And when I heard it, and I was like, you know what? Nobody did the Suge Avery. Let me write something accordingly to the Suge Avery because it fits this right here. So when I wrote that, your sister, my, and all that, man. So and that's what we call Queen. That's our sister. Yeah. She's my big sis. The Aggie, he older than all of us. I'm little brother. Other little brother, and sis, she little brother, Aggie and Uncle Rel.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all gonna get a chance to hear it right now. Until next time, fam.
Shout out to them.
You tune in, that means you're feeling the vibe. Feel that? The bell rung, you already been subscribed. Right now, the queen, she on live. Right now. Please pull over the whip, no phoning when you drive. Dope Soul sporting with the talk. First lady from New York, Brooklyn. All my people, you rocking with the chat. Hit that. The like button would tell me where you at. Step from the MBK. Born and raised up MBK. Hey, real lady, where she holding it down. No matter way how you feel, she gon' greet you with a smile.
Sister, you one of a kind.
Yes.
Sister, it's time you
That's
shine.
her.
Dope Soul.
Where you at?
Dope Soul.